night, guys, listen, the first night to kick off this Resurrection Weekend on Good Friday, we had a night with the King. Oh my goodness. When I tell you it was off the chain, off the chart, or whatever the latest terminology is, it was really, really, really nice. And so many people gave a lot of good feedback on a night with the King. And it just truly felt like that. It was royalty. It was intimacy with God. And it was just simply amazing. Just an opportunity just to lay out before him, y'all, and just lay at his feet and just reverence him as the King that he is. And so I want to give a big shout out to my pastors, Pastor Sean and Lady Gwen Edwards of Empowerment Word Church. Empowerment Word Church. I got tongue twisted. Guys, listen, I thank them so much for just allowing new and innovative things. They're not stuck on tradition. They want to allow different and innovative, creative ideas to flow across that pulpit. And I'm so glad that Pastor Sean just has that faith and confidence in the people that he brings into our church. So I want to give a big shout out to Allison Sanders. Allison Sanders, who is the owner, creator, and founder of New Year Productions, LLC. She was the director on A Night with the King at Empowerment Word Church. She directed it. She choreographed it. She got all the people together. And when I tell you, Allison Sanders, you outdid yourself. Amazing job at Empowerment Word Church on Good Friday. Amazing. A Night with the King. And guys, and then we kind of, trolloped up on over to Sunday morning. And our children church at Empowerment Word Church, they shut it down. They shut it down. The dancers, the singers, the drama team. I mean, it was unbelievable, guys. So go out there to our YouTube channel, check that out. All of that is over there. So check it out and just really just embrace that moment that we had in Empowerment Word Church. It's a spectacular opportunity to serve God on Friday. Now, guys, listen, I want to give a big shout out to Dee, the General, was in the building on last Monday. She was talking about wellness and health, and they have an event that's going to be coming up. And if you missed that, go back to the Ladies Room Talk Show. Go back to our page, guys, and listen to that live. She really did a great job in sharing some things that she's going to be doing as it relates to health and wellness. And speaking of health and wellness, guys, listen, I'm going to be a keynote speaker for an event that's going to be coming up in Birmingham, Alabama at the Epic Center. And the creator of that is Latricia Fifi Redmond. You guys know her as Fifi or Phenomenal. And I'm so honored to be chosen to be one of the speakers. I am the Positive Affirmation Facility Coach. I will be in the building talking about affirmations, the importance of that. And then I will be leading you through a session of affirmations so that we can change up and disrupt our stinking thinking. Our stinking thinking may be based on issues and past problems and traumas and all types of things that we have experienced in our past. Right now, guys, I'm going through that mourning stage in my mom passing in February. So there are some things that I want to get out of my spirit that I'm hurting, and I just have some other little things I need to get out, and I'm looking forward to that time as well. So you don't want to miss that. Brushes and Balance, coordinated by Latricia Fifi Redmond, and my boy Lamar Story will be in the building as well. He's going to be doing some sound bowls. Not sure if you're familiar with that. It's an amazing opportunity to woosah and relax and center yourself. A great time, guys. And then that night, that night, we're going to wrap that thing up with an awesome concert with four probably of Birmingham's best artists that I've heard around town. They are amazing. They're top tier, and they're going to be leading us in that wrap up phase of Brushes and Balance. So we're going to wear all black the beginning of that day. So we're going to kind of get our negativities out, put it on the canvas. And then that night, we're doing the all white thing, guys, because we're celebrating the release of our purity and our divine mental space. So great event right now, guys. And go ahead, listen, check out this commercial.
You've been holding it in. The grief, the stress, the silence. But what if there was a space where your soul could finally breathe? Welcome to Brushes and Balance, a wellness experience where your emotions meet the canvas. Join us for a day of guided painting, affirmations, breathwork, and sound therapy, led by healing professionals who understand what restoration feels like. This is more than a paint session, it's soul work. It's a place to let go, to begin again. And as the sun sets, we rise in harmony at the Soul Healing Concert, featuring powerful voices and music that touch the heart. If you're tired, grieving, overwhelmed, or just ready to feel again, come. Brushes and Balance, where the canvas catches what your heart's been holding.
All right, guys, Brushes and Balance. You want to be there? Listen, if you want more information about that, be sure to go over to Latricia Fifi Redmond's Facebook page. You can also reach out to me as well. We can go ahead and get you set up to get those tickets for both events, because you don't want to go to one without the other. It's going to be a great, wonderful opportunity. And if you're a vendor, if you have products and services and all of these types of things that will pair well with Brushes and Balances, guys, reach out to us. We also have vendor opportunities for you to come in and sell and get to know people who will be a part of this amazing event. So big shout out to Fifi Redmond. All right, guys, tonight we have an amazing guest that's going to be in the building tonight. We have Erika Parker. She has an awesome mental wellness company. I mean, we're all in this space, guys. We're all about getting our mental space clear. And I'm about that. I believe that that's so important because it factors in to so many other aspects of your life. Erika, welcome to the Ladiez Room, girl.
Hi, what's up? Thanks for having me.
How are you today?
I am doing mentally well.
I like that.
Did you catch it, Clarissa? Did you catch it?
I got to start. Can I say that as well, Erika?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Love it.
Yes, ma'am.
How was your weekend?
It was, oh my gosh, it was great. It was great. We had an amazing wellness event on Thursday, and then leading into our church had an amazing Easter extravaganza for the community. We had about 100 in attendance. And so we were excited about that. And then yesterday we had an amazing praise and worship service, and four. It was a mom and a daughter. They dedicated their life to Christ, and they put on Christ in baptism. And so we are super excited about the new family addition to the Center Point Church of Christ, where my husband pastors.
Oh, congratulations. You know the angels rejoice, girl.
You say that. Absolutely.
I'm so excited for that family and you guys as well. So it sounds like we had an amazing service on yesterday as well.
We did. Happy Resurrection Weekend.
Yeah. Listen, let's talk about this company that you guys have, Illuminate Your Health.
Yes.
I like that. Tell us a little bit about your company, what mission is, and your overall goal.
Absolutely, Clarissa. So Illuminate Your Health is actually a brand, my family brand, and we are just really about actually wellness. It encompasses more than just mental wellness. It's your physical wellness, your spiritual wellness, financial wellness. But we definitely work on wellness from the inside out. And so we know that even with your, the Hippocrates says that our brain, our gut is the second brain. And so, and a lot of times when, if you think about it, if you've got some gut issues going on, then you are like, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to say anything. Don't talk to me. So we definitely want to make sure we're taking care of our good health. Our mission is to help families live younger, longer, and just embrace self-care. Because a lot of times, especially we women, a lot of times we just put ourselves on the back burner to take care of our families. And, it's just by nature. We've
Right.
got that nurturing characteristic about ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and I'm also part of my personal wellness coach has a brand called Sisters for Self-Care. And so she just really teaches us how to help our clients focus on that self-care. Okay. Right. And also dealing with depression, divorce, disease, or dis-ease. So I'm absolutely thankful for Coach Terry Jackson. She might be chiming in.
Okay.
So I dropped the link in our chat group, so she might chime in. But absolutely to help us live younger, longer, Clarissa.
I like that. And I think more people are leaning to that. And I do see where people are living longer as well. My mom was
Yes.
84 when she passed in February. So to me, I think that was a very beautiful and well long lived life.
Yes.
A very good friend of mine, it's a friend of mine on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Her aunt just passed a couple of days ago, and she was 107.
Wow, praise God.
And so my mother-in-law, she was 98. So, people like you're saying, they're wanting to live long. The desire is to live long, and not just live long, but to live long in a very whole way of living. So you want to be in the right mind and your right body and being able to still enjoy life in its fullness in its totality.
Mm-hmm.
So you mentioned something, Erika, that I would love to chat about. We won't stay on it, but I would love to chat about it.
Okay.
It's something now where, hey, Preston, how's it going tonight? One of the things that I would love to talk about is cortisol.
Yes. Cortisol.
Yeah, cortisol.
Yes.
I want to talk about that. And I also want to talk about gut health as it relates to probiotic and prebiotic.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people have been talking about, hey, you need to take a probiotic, take a probiotic, take a probiotic. So that's the buzzword. But more information now is coming out about prebiotic as well. And so why are we hearing so much about this, Erika? Is it because of the types of foods that we're getting, because of the processed foods? Why are we hearing the buzz now on, hey, everybody needs a probiotic?
Absolutely. Because like I said, Hippocrates, he's the father of medicine. And I want to go ahead and say this. I'm not an expert. I will share what I've learned as I've been on my wellness journey. But Hippocrates, he's the father of medicine. Okay. And he says that all of our issues start in the gut. Okay. And so when you're dealing with cortisol, which is, super important, balance is the key. And then a lot of times and as we age, and it could be a lot of different things, their diet, the things that we eat, like you mentioned, you have ultra processed food. I don't think you're going to be able to, unless you're a farmer and you're raising your own eggs and all that kind of stuff, your own beef. You're going to find that the foods that we buy at the store are going to have some, be processed some. But as far as the ultra processed foods, we want to definitely be mindful of that, which can, just throw our bodies off balance. And cortisol is one of those. And I actually recently started learning more about that because I've released 50 pounds, as my wellness coach says. And I was like, okay, I've hit this plateau. What's going on? And then I'm almost 50 years old. So I'm like, okay, what's going on? And so we have an amazing wellness community with our online wellness platform, Clarissa, and with the wellness company. And we've just kind of been looking at cortisol. Is something that you mentioned that. And so, and we know cortisol is used to regulate stress.
Right.
Okay. Help balance your blood sugar. And we know sugar is the culprit. It's like, just about everything has sugar in it. Okay. And just recently, maybe not recently, but, a few years ago, I learned that ketchup is loaded with sugar. Okay.
Hey, let me tell you, Erika, especially, no, I won't say the name. You never know who might want to sponsor your show. So
that's true. That is so true. And hold on, I told them I was on being interviewed and they calling me.
Yeah, that means they're not watching the show. Tell
that part. I need to drop the link in there. Y'all hop on this. Y'all need to see this.
Right.
And so, and then, I mean, all those things, Clarissa, can just really throw things off balance. So I have been doing like a reset. And you know what? I'm saying, y'all jump on here.
Right.
So when your levels are too high, I mean, it could cause just everything you can think of. Okay. Blood sugar spikes, hormonal, Lord Jesus. Let's not get on hormonal imbalance. And then as you age, of course, your body, the hormone is all out of whack. Okay. But those high levels of cortisol it just throws things off. And so I've really been working on cleaning up my eating. The wellness company that we're partners with has a program called R3. And so right now I'm in the reset phase. Okay. And it's just really cutting back on the carbs and the sugars. Okay. And then it's a 6-week program. And it focuses on gut health as well. It also focuses on blood, on heart health. So it's heart health, gut health, and then like your hormonal imbalance, all of that. And so, but yes, definitely the prebiotics are just as important as your probiotics. And yes, we should get most of our nutrients from our foods, but there is nothing, and people look down on it. Some people do, but supplementation is like, because of the ultra processed foods, and then sometimes there's processing that is not even really necessary. But because of the way food is so processed, I mean, it's just important that we just, watch the carbs and the sugars. Okay? Just doing that. So I'm doing that reset with that, and then getting older. So the prebiotics and the probiotics are definitely necessary. Oh, I was going to say with the fiber, I do a fiber supplementation, and the one that I take is part of what we call the gut bundle. And it has prebiotic and probiotics in it. And so, I absolutely love it. It has really, just kind of, keep me regular.
Right. You know what? I like what you're talking about, because I see where Fifi is in the ladies' room here tonight. I say, hey, ladies. And so, and I'm glad that she popped in, because I think this would be, everything you just shared would be so vital for Brushes and Balance. And I hope that you will consider being a vendor for that, because with what you're talking about in those high stress levels, that's what the Brushes and Balance is all about, is just releasing those types of things emotionally, psychologically, even spiritually, which is where my person will come in, because what I'm bringing to the table on positive affirmation is spiritually based, it's biblical based. And so those types of things are so important, especially as it relates to the cortisol issue of it. I noticed that I know when my cortisol levels are higher, because I feel puffy. And even in some pictures, I'm like, why is my face so full? And I noticed, even when my mom passed, I felt that puffiness, and I knew I was holding a lot of emotional trauma in. So I had to release that. So I think that would be a good pairing for what you're talking about, getting in there and doing a reset, which is one of the things that Fifi mentioned. And she's going to be in the ladies' room in a couple of weeks talking about it. But she talks about that reset that Brushes and Balances is going to do. So, right, guys, I tell you right now, what we're going to do is bring our commercial back about Brushes and Balance, because I know there's so many people out there who are interested in being a part of this. So listen, you want to go ahead and get those tickets, guys, learn a little bit more about Brushes and Balances, and we'll be right back.
You've been holding it in. The grief, the stress, the silence. But what if there was a space where your soul could finally breathe? Welcome to Brushes and Balance, a wellness experience where your emotions meet the canvas. Join us for a day of guided painting, affirmations, breath work, and sound therapy, led by healing professionals who understand what restoration feels like. This is more than a paint session. It's soul work. It's a place to let go, to begin again. And as the sun sets, we rise in harmony at the Soul Healing Concert, featuring powerful voices and music that touch the heart. If you're tired, grieving, overwhelmed, or just ready to feel again, come. Brushes in Balance, where the canvas catches what your heart's been holding.
All right, guys, for more information, brushesandbalance.com, brushesandbalance.com. I want to say hello to a couple of folks in here. Hey, Cher, thanks for coming on. She mentioned, or she said, this is great information. Said,
Yes.
this will be good for you, Erica. She said she's type 2 diabetic and stress isn't good either. So I want to know, can you talk to those who may be diabetic?
Absolutely. I said, because diabetes is prevalent in my family as well. And, and a lot of people think that, like I said, what I do, we don't profess cures or anything like that, but, because it's prevalent in my family, I have the R3 program that I'm doing is really helping me to be mindful about what I eat and what I put into my body. And that's what we have to be careful of. Just really, it goes back to, Clarissa, those ultra, I think that's the word that used, the ultra processed foods, trying to eat more of a whole foods diet. And I want to put this myth buster out there that we as a brown skin community, we think that soul food is our diet, but guess what? If you go back and research the motherland, they predominantly ate a Mediterranean diet.
Oh,
so
no.
If you go back, so
Erica,
out the motherland, they didn't do the soul food, the macaroni and the cheese. And
Erica,
I'm sorry.
you messing up now. I was going to invite you back to the ladies' room, but I see now we may have to reconsider. Oh my God.
We say we want to go back to the motherland.
So what you're telling me is hog maws, chitlins, pork chops. You said that.
They didn't do that in the motherland. Now, I'm not saying, I mean, we grew up on it too.
Right.
And so, but look at, our community has the highest risk of heart disease.
Yeah.
And so Monica, okay, if she loves the Fiber Wise, okay, she's familiar with the Fiber.
Okay,
yes, my girl Monica. I'm actually launching her in actually a few minutes. So she's excited about sharing about gut health as well. And so, but yes, y'all, plant more of I'm not saying I'm vegetarian or whatever, but I'm going to eat my a nice, good old steak, but do the steak without hormones or antibiotics.
Right.
Okay. Fish. Okay. Seafood. You don't find a lot of pork in the Mediterranean diet. I'm not saying I will never eat a piece of bacon, but less of it. I'm not saying don't ever eat a piece of fried chicken. Okay. But just less of it. Let it be an occasional treat.
Let me ask you this, because I'm pescatarian now.
Okay.
And so it's been maybe about 23 years since I haven't had pork in 23 years.
Okay.
I haven't had beef in 21.
Okay.
And then I've been off of chicken since last June. So I'm coming up on my 1 year anniversary for no chicken.
Okay.
So I've been but I still like my soul food. So, I may not get a pork chop and chitlins and all that, but I'm going to have my macaroni and cheese, my dressing, but in moderation. Okay, Eric.
Yeah.
But
I didn't say cut it out.
Okay, good, because I feel better now about yesterday. Anyway, but let me ask you this. So a lot of people feel, and I want to be really careful about not naming certain brands.
Gotcha.
But there's certain vegan meats that are out there that are very, very high in processed foods. And
Yes.
so even though it says that it's vegan or it doesn't
Yeah.
have meat in it, because of how it's processed,
Yes.
you might as well eat a pork chop
Mhm.
or some beef.
And the sodium that's in it.
Right, right,
Mhm.
right. So
Yep.
can you speak a little bit towards that? Now, I will say, I have found some places
Mhm.
like at Publix, they have some meat, vegan meat that's not processed, but
Mhm.
it's also not frozen. So a
Mhm.
lot of that that's frozen, for the most part, they're going to be processed for the most part.
Mhm. Mhm.
But I have found some meats that have been totally plant-based.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So can you
Okay.
talk a little bit towards as far as the processed foods goes?
Um, I'm not familiar a lot with the vegan. I have one of my clients. He is vegan, and and he does a lot of the different. But he more so cooks a lot of his foods. I don't think he buys a lot of the processed vegan foods. So but I mean, normally when you're dealing with the ultra processed foods, they've got to add the different additives in there, like I just mentioned, the sodium to preserve it. And so you have to be careful, even with a lot of soy. You have to be careful with that, and then the type of soy. So if it's more
Yeah.
of a Clarissa, I have a protein shake that I do, a plant-based protein shake, but it's a organic. It's an organic pea. I do the whey protein sometimes, but I do love. I feel it's a lighter feeling when I do the
Right.
organic pea protein. And
So
so,
Eric, let me ask you this: Do you,
yes.
in that particular protein,
Mhm.
is it high in B12? Because I want to tell you what I have found.
Okay.
There is one I was doing a while back, and it was more like a meal replacement.
Okay.
And so I would do that in the mornings instead of eating an actual breakfast. I just didn't want to be weighted with a lot of heavy breakfast food.
Right.
And so, but what I found out is that it had well, let me say this. My B12 levels had increased, and I wasn't doing
Mm.
B12 shots or B12
Mm.
supplements or anything like that. And I was trying to figure out what have I been doing that's different? Because my
Mhm.
mom taught me that if something goes on in your body, look and see what you've added to your routine that's
That's
different than what you
different.
normally do, and you can find out what it is. And
Right.
so, and that's generally what I do. And so, something has told me go and look at the packaging on
Okay.
the meal supplement that I was doing,
Okay.
and I want to say it was 50% plus of B12 in
Mm.
that particular
Mhm.
meal replacement. And so I
Mm.
think I think that's what was driving up my B12
Wow.
level. You need B12, and some people's B12 is generally low. Mine is generally low, but because I was doing that consistently on a
Oh,
everyday basis for about a month, they just kind of shot my B12s up. And so
okay.
I just kind of pulled back on it for a while and get my blood levels checked later on. So
Mhm.
to see if the meal supplement or the protein that you have, um,
Mhm.
is it high in B12 or high in certain things that we may not necessarily need in our bodies?
I would have to check on that and send you some information on the organic pea protein. I know it does have like the BCAAs, which is your amino acids that's
Right.
needed. I would have to check on the actual B12, like I do the chocolate one.
Mm.
So yeah, so it's got your amino acids in there, your BCAA, and then I would have to definitely check on the B12 that's in there,
Okay.
if you allow me to, because I don't want to misquote on
Is
it.
is the B12 in there?
That's what I'm looking on here.
If it's not showing up, it's probably not. But in this
Yeah.
particular one, it was kind of in that nutrition fact column
Okay.
on the packaging, and it just kind of
Mhm.
had all the things listed on what's in it. And I realized that that B12 was in there. It was very
In
high
there.
dose of B12. And
Hmm.
I was wondering why I had so much energy.
Hey, that's true.
I
That's
was
because that's
so good, but it was just too much. So
yeah.
I would be very interested in seeing what you have
Yeah.
with your
Okay.
protein shake, because
Right,
I try
yeah.
to do a
I don't see it in here. It just says it
okay.
contains 4.5 grams of BCAAs, that's your amino acids, to
Mhm.
support muscle tissue growth.
Okay.
So absolutely. And I can, like I said, I can dig a little deeper on that. But we actually should, Clarissa, under 50, we should be getting about 40% of our weight in protein. If you're over 50, you should be getting about 45%.
Wow.
Of your weight. So almost half, if you're over 50.
That's interesting. Is that because generally at that age, people has a tendency to kind of lose muscle and okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay. Definitely want to get with you about that later, Erica,
Okay.
on that protein shake.
Okay,
See what I
absolutely.
can do about getting some of that and trying it. And
Mhm.
I know you got another meeting at 7:00. Is 7:02 far
Yes.
more than what you said you would do for me? I'm just glad that you were able, Erica, to take out time to hang out with us inside the ladies' room. So those people who are interested, and I'm sure you do health coaching and that sort of thing. How can let's see what Sheer has. Getting vitamin D2 helps, especially with memory.
Yes, vitamin D.
You got
Yes.
some vitamin D supplement?
Yes, 95% of Americans are vitamin D deficient. That was alarming when I saw that statistic. That was very alarming. So we don't get out and get any sun, but yes, we have vitamin D supplements as well. I love their peak performance vitamins that are clinically proven. You get like an AM pack and a PM pack, and it's already sorted. So yeah, absolutely.
Oh, you make it easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Erica, listen, how can people get in contact with you? If you want to put a link or something down in the bottom of this live, either now or once we get off live, you can go and put a link down there so people can get in contact with you, because people need to talk to you. People need to need your information to help us get our reset back, to get us in good place.
Absolutely.
One thing that we like to do, Erica, inside the ladies' room, is when we have our guests come on, we always know that our guest has a good, encouraging word for somebody who may be listening and just need encouragement. And let's see, Sheer says, I work in healthcare. I've learned so much over the time. Yeah. And she's a beast in our healthcare. She knows exactly what she's doing too.
We need to link up. We need to link up.
That was a good partnership.
I'm building a community here of health conscious people. So yes.
We need it. We need it now more than ever before.
Yes.
So Erica, if you could talk to those people who may be who want to be healthy, who may have tried various things, various diets, all of these things, and keep falling off the bandwagon, what can you share? And I'm going to bring you front and center, and I'll step off the show for a second, then I'll come back on. But what can you say to that person that really wants to do well and desires to do well, but they just keep falling off the bandwagon? What can you do or say to encourage them?
Just keep getting back on. Find something that we have so many different quick fad diets out there, and really we shouldn't really, to be honest, shouldn't embrace the word diet. Okay. It should be more of a lifestyle program. If it's something that you can't sustain, and I don't want to bash, I'm not trying to bash any different, plans out there, but if it's not something that you can sustain for life, then you might want to reconsider and just take baby steps. Like my goal is 10,000 steps a day. But sometimes I may not reach it, but at least a minimum, I want to get at least a mile or two in. And so on my break at work, I sometimes circle my school building, do about 3 laps, and I'm done. But just take small steps and don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. If you eat a cookie, okay, all right, that was the day, and just baby steps. Like I haven't drank sodas in oh my goodness, years. And if I have one now, because I used to love Sprites, and if I have one now, it tastes like, I'm drinking some kind of household cleaner or something toxic. And so, but it started small. I was like, okay, instead of having 2 or 3 Sprites a day, maybe 1 Sprite a day. Okay. Instead of eating a whole bag of M&Ms, okay, maybe just have a small single non-sharing size. But just take baby steps, y'all. It is not a sprint. It's a marathon. So take those small baby steps in focusing on your wellness, because again, it's a journey. Okay, it's not a destination, it's a journey. If you want more information, I don't have my links right here. I'm First Lady Parker on Facebook, Illuminate Your Health on, I think it's Illuminate Your Life, because I'm all things financial wellness, physical wellness. So my wellness coach, Erika, Illuminate Your Life. And so that encompasses it all. And so that's my handle on Instagram. But on Facebook, you can find me at First Lady Parker, and I will put those in there. And I just want to read this. Or do you not know that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit who is in you, whom you have from God, and you are not your own? For you were bought with a price, at a price. Therefore, glorify God in your body and in your spirit, which are God's. How are we going to, and that is 1 Corinthians 6, 19 and 20. So put that on a note card, tape it to your window, to your medicine cabinet, in your bathroom. Your spirit, you're fearfully and wonderfully made, and just hold on to that and just take it one day at a time, and you'll be all right. And if you want to link up with me, want me to be your accountability coach, my girl Monica that shared this with me, link up with her. I mean, I'm excited about launching her. And as soon as I get off of here, she's waiting on me. So thank you so much, Clarissa, for having me in the ladies' room. So let's take control of our health, ladies.
Yes, please. Let's do that. And I need to is it Monica?
Yes, Monica Hill.
Yeah, I need to get with her. I keep seeing her name pop up as like to add as a friend, and I think she's associated with some people that I know in my circle. So awesome. I'm definitely going to send a friend request so we can get connected.
Definitely get with her. I'm helping her launch her wellness platform as well.
Yeah, wonderful. We won't keep you guys holding. I know she's waiting, but I'm glad she was able to pop in the ladies' room and hang out with us. So again, Erika, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. Guys, listen, you need some help. You need accountability. Go ahead and reach out to Erika Parker so she can help coach you to your best state of health. Erika, we love you. Don't be a stranger, girl. Come on back inside the ladies' room talk show. We need to have you back in again.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Clarissa.
Absolutely. Good night.
Good night.
All right, guys. Before we end up tonight, listen, we want to go ahead and run that brushes and balance one more time. Listen, you need to go ahead and be there. This is going to be one of the hottest events in Birmingham, Alabama. Brushes and balance. Lamar Story is going to be in the building with sound bowls. I'm going to be in the building, your positive affirmation facilitator / coach. It's going to be awesome. We have some more a guest that's going to be flying in, that Fifi Redmond is flying in to come and be a speaker as well, so we can get all of this stuff off of us and onto the canvas. And of course, we want to give a big shout out and a big kudos to the visionary of this, Brushes and Balance. Take a listen.
You've been holding it in. The grief, the stress, the silence. But what if there was a space where your soul could finally breathe? Welcome to Brushes and Balance, a wellness experience where your emotions meet the canvas. Join us for a day of guided painting, affirmations, breath work, and sound therapy, led by healing professionals who understand what restoration feels like. This is more than a paint session. It's soul work. It's a place to let go, to begin again. And as the sun sets, we rise in harmony at the Soul Healing Concert, featuring powerful voices and music that touch the heart. If you're tired, grieving, overwhelmed, or just ready to feel again, come. Brushes and Balance, where the canvas catches what your heart's been holding.
All right, guys, Brushes and Balance, brushesandbalance.com. Go out there and RSVP. You want to go ahead and get your tickets right now because I think she may be running a special out there too. I'm not sure, but go ahead and go down into the chat tonight and go ahead and RSVP. I've been getting people reaching out to me who are getting their groups to come. So I've had some groups of people to say, hey, I need to get my group to come out. How can I get my tickets? So they're going out there to brushesandbalance.com, get your group tickets so that you can be in the building. Remember, the first half of the day, we're wearing all black, getting all of that trauma off of us and putting on that canvas. And then that night, we're wearing all white, guys, representing our purity and our peace of mind. You don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. So thank you for always for joining me inside the Ladies Room Talk Show. Hey, Tony, hope you're doing well today, all the way from Detroit, Michigan, the Motor City, baby. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us inside the Ladies Room Talk Show. And remember, we'll be back here next Monday, 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. Tell a friend that the Ladies Room Talk Show wants you to come on in. All right, guys. Oh, I rhymed. Look at me. I'll keep my day job, though. Love you guys. Good night.
Step into the ladies' room with Clarissa.